my shirt that I went shopping. It's a little like, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of big. I kind of wished I'd have got a size medium, but isn't it cute? We did this. What did I get it for $30? I love the sleeves. I dressed up this morning. This is my dress up because I have to go to the girly doctor today to make sure, make sure my melanoma hasn't spread. So that's what I'm doing today. And I thought, well, when you're a girly girl and have to go to the girly girl doctor, you got to get butt naked. And so I thought, well, I really don't want to go in overalls, So I decided to put on this shirt. I was going to say something. It's scary when my brain just goes to blank. What was I going to say? Don't you hate when this happens? I don't know. It's totally slipped my. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I know now. So why I was live, if you didn't catch my live, I went live, I think it was Saturday, and I went shopping. I was sitting in a restaurant when I went live, and then I went shopping, and I put myself on a $50 budget. And when I walked into the department store, there were these, I don't know if they were a couple, but they were doing a fundraiser for this lady that was help women with babies. And so I donated $5. So then my budget went to $45 because I gave back when I walked into the door. So then they gave me a coupon for 20% off. Well, I was shopping, just minding my own business. Well, I didn't realize I had a deadline. So then they were like, 15 more minutes to shop. And I was like, holy cow, I got 15 minutes to find something for $45. And so I began to shop, and I was live the whole entire time. And then like within minutes of my time being up, I found this shirt, and I go running to the register. And when I get up there, it ended up being $30-something. So then I had like $5 extra. So then I went to Sonic and got me a drink with my extra $5. So I spent $50. So my budget was $50. And in that day, I was able to give back. I was able to buy a shirt and treat myself with a drink. So I did all this on live. And then I got the big from YouTube. And people were telling me how much they enjoyed that video. And I got the big X. Judy, you have a copyright claim. And I kind of knew it might happen. But it's like when I'm in the middle of videoing and shopping and we're having a good time, it's like, and the reason I got a copyright claim is because when I walked into the department store, there was music playing in the background. Because you know how that's like a psychological thing for them to play soothing music or fun music so that you stay in the store. Well, apparently they played Justin Bieber in the background. And so I got the big X in trouble from YouTube. And I thought, can I do anything right? Like, really? Can I do anything right? And I started reflecting back on how hard it is sometimes to be a YouTuber. Like, for example, when the center, I'm going to start getting ready. When the center comes to my farm and we're karaokeing, you can't get the full experience of what happens into my farm unless you hear them sing to the music. Like when I have to do an overlay of another song, it's not the same. Like when you sing Buddy singing Jolene, and he's the only word he can say is Jolene, and he's singing with me. You can't get the full effect of what happens in my farm and the magic that happens in that education center unless you hear them actually singing God bless the USA. When Greg gets up and sings that song, it melts your heart. But when I have to put it to another song and just like it's not the same. And me going shopping, like I mean, it's impossible to do an overlay on a live video. It's like I have to follow rules, right? If I'm going to be a creator on YouTube or Facebook, I have to follow their guidelines. And so it's like, I don't like it. And as I was getting the big X from YouTube, I had to delete the video. Okay. And it hurt my heart because I really enjoyed that video. And I was like, so many people reached out to me and like, Judy, that was so much fun. I was laughing my head off. And, because sometimes I want you to see what I'm like outside the farm, and who better to go shopping with me than you? But when I got the big X, I was just like, I felt so frustrated. I felt as though it's hard for me to film my true life because music is everything to me, right? I talk about dancing and I can't really show you. And like you're my best friends and I want to show you what the group home or the center is like at my farm and I can't. I want to take you shopping, but I can't because there'll be music in the background. You know what I'm saying? And so I was thinking about, I do community service hours with kids that get in trouble at school. And every single time a kid has ever come to my farm, they get in trouble for vaping. Every time. Okay. I've never had a kid come to my farm that didn't get in trouble for something else. It's always vaping. And I've learned over the years that unfortunately I would love to, make a difference in these kids' lives, but I can't fix them. You know what I mean? I couldn't fix my own kids when they were in high school. I'm not God. I can't convict them. I can't fix them. And usually what I tell them is I say, I wish so bad I could just spank you or take your cell phone, take your cell phone away or preach the God in, don't do this because this is what's going to happen. But you're not going to listen to me. You're a teenager. You're not listening to me. So the only thing that I can tell you is that you have to follow rules. Okay. The rules are if you're going to vape, don't vape at school. It's against the rules. Okay. So go vape on your own. Don't vape at school. And as I was getting the big X from YouTube, I was like, I see what they feel like. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to follow rules. They seem dumb to me. You know what I mean? It ain't my fault. It ain't like I'm playing Justin Bieber dancing. It was in the background. But I was able to be a little bit of mindful to think about what it's like to follow rules when you don't want to follow rules. Like when you have to follow the speed limit. And let's just say that you're running late to work and you end up going faster because you don't want to be late to work. And then you end up with a ticket and you're mad. You're so mad that you just got a $150 ticket. And you're like, I was just trying to get to work on time, trying to be a responsible employee. I can't help that my cow got out and I had to go put the cow in the fence. And it's running me late to work. And now I've got a $150 ticket. And now I'm at work in a bad mood because I got a ticket. It's like hard to follow rules sometimes. And that's how I felt when I got the big X. And And like when you are a I never know whether to say I'm an influencer, am I a content creator, what am I? Whatever I am, okay? I don't know the correct terminology, but I thought it's so hard to be me sometimes with being a creator because you have to worry about the background sound. You got to worry about like is something too gross or they'll get you. It's like you get in YouTube jail or Facebook jail and you don't even mean to not follow rules. Life is difficult sometimes. Today is not so much a lesson. Today is more of a discussion that I keep asking myself why. Why does this happen? Why like so I was look, this is a deep conversation, okay? So I want us to chit chat, but I'm going to start with myself. Like, you know that I have an eating disorder, okay? And the eating disorder that I have right now, I don't starve myself anymore. So I have gotten healing from that, but I find myself gorging myself. Like, this is confession, okay? But I think it was Thursday or Friday. Okay. When the backup dancers came to my farm, you know how us women are. We have to have like food for them. And I went and bought a bunch of food. Okay. And then forgot to put it out the food. Okay. I bought a big meat and cheese tray, didn't put any of it out. I guess I was so caught up in the moment that I was excited that people were here that I totally forgot to put all the stuff that was in the refrigerator out on. But I had bought like cookies and a cupcakes, and I bought probably, cupcakes come in a 4, and I bought like maybe 5 or 6 of them. So I had those out. I had a cookie tray out. I had a little cinnamon rolls. I had some sweet stuff, but I didn't put any of the cold stuff out. So anyway, as everyone left, I'm stuck with these cupcakes. And like I said, there's like 5 or 6 things of them. So 5 times 4 is 20. So let's just say I have 20 cupcakes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with 20 cupcakes? So I stuck them in the pantry. I stuck one thing out on the counter and the others in the pantry. Well, when it comes to sweets, I have no self-control. I'm surprised I don't have diabetes. Like, I'm the type of person, I either got to throw the cupcakes away or I have to eat every one of them until they're gone. There's zero self-control. Zero. Okay? So, I think it was Thursday. I ate a cupcake, and it was a red velvet cake, and it had cream cheese icing on the inside of the bottom and the outside. It was delicious, okay? I ate one cupcake. I walked away. It was delicious. And when I'm out in the farm, what's happening? All I can think about is cupcakes. So then I come back and eat 2. I ate one and then I ate another one. So then I go about my business. I'm like, I'm just going to have to eat all the cupcakes to get them out of this house. I'm not throwing these away. I'm just going to eat them. And I ate, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5 cupcakes in one day. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And as I was sitting in the kitchen thinking about my zero self-control when it comes to sugar and who eats 4 or 5 cupcakes in a day, me, that'd be me. I'm that girl. So as I was sitting there thinking about, I have no self-control when it comes to sugar. None. So then my brain started going, I'm going deep, okay? I'm like, I wished I was a little girl And my mom was here going, only one, Judy. You're not, you can only eat one cupcake. Or, Judy, you have to eat all your vegetables before you eat the cupcake. You know, you don't eat the cupcake first. Like, I was wishing that actually, my mother wouldn't have said that. More like my grandmother would have said that. But I wish my Meemaw was here and she would say, Judy, you can't have a cupcake until after dinner. I feel like I need my Meemaw here to kind of discipline me. And I was thinking about how, like in the Bible, in the scripture, it says, train a kid in your ways and they'll always come back. Well, my grandmother trained me like, my grandmother was one of these people that ate perfect. Okay. She was. She watched, I mean, she's 99 years old watching her bread intake. Okay. It's like, that's how my grandmother was. And I was thinking, okay, my grandmother taught me control. Like when I was coming, why am I such a train wreck? When do I go back to like the ways I was taught? Because it hasn't happened yet. Because I was taught you don't have dessert until you eat all your vegetables, and it's not clicking. It's like it went in one ear, not the other. And I was thinking about sugar, and I was like, okay, if hang on, let me try to say this right. My brain was going here as I was out of control. It was like, okay, I have zero self-control. Who came up with the cake recipe? I'd like to sit them down and have a come to Jesus talk with them. Like, who's the one, like way back in the day, that came up? Like, I mean, I know what sugar, like I think about sugar cane. Like, where does sugar even come from? Like, okay, if sugar kills us, because like when I go to my psychiatrist, okay, that prescribes my medicine, one day I was sitting talking to her and I was like, I just want to come off all this crap. I feel like I'm better. And she goes, the only way I will take you off medication is if you completely give up sugar. And I was like, sugar? And she said, yes, because I have done a lot of studies. I have been to a lot of conventions, and we link mental health back to sugar. A lot of people have mental health issues because of sugar. And I was like, so if I totally give up sugar, you would consider taking me off medicine? She said, yeah. And I'm like, I can't do it. I'm not disciplined enough. And she said, Judy, sugar links to dementia. Do you hear me? Sugar links back to dementia. So if I know from my doctor that I trust 100%, that I have been going to most of my adult life, she sits here and she tells me that sugar triggers mental health issues and sugar triggers dementia, then why do I eat it? Do I think it's not going to happen to me? And then I sit here and think about, my brain went there. This is how my brain works. And then it went even deeper. It was like, okay, if sugar causes dementia and sugar causes mental health issues, why is our government so worried about, let's just say, gun control when there's a mental health crisis in our world? If you want to fix crime and mental health issues, why don't you ban sugar? You know what I'm saying? If studies have shown that mental health, because I feel like there's a mental health crisis in our world. Like when you see people, that want to kill people, or people that, drug issues. I feel like it all links back to mental health because there is a mental health crisis in our world. I do believe that. And I believe that majority of problems go back to mental health. So if if our government quit worrying about, let's just say, like I said, gun control. We're so worried about gun control. Well, what if we focused on the mental health behind the gun control? Because, you know, would it be different? Like, what if we ran after, like I said, sugar? Or let's back up. Let's forget sugar, okay? Let's talk about caffeine, okay? If caffeine is a drug, and when we try to go with it, we find out we can't have caffeine. Let's say you go to the doctor and you find out you have Meniere's disease, and they're like, no more caffeine. And you try to come off caffeine, and you have chronic headaches, and you're dizzy, and you have all these side effects of caffeine. Well, why do we put caffeine in the drinks? Why do we put caffeine in coffee, and why do we put caffeine in sodas? If caffeine causes all these problems, such as inner ear problems, why doesn't our government run after, okay, these are the things that are killing our country, okay? Sugar, caffeine, they're causing major problems to our citizens, okay? So let's control this and let's ban caffeine. My brain was going here. I realized this is a little deep, but it was like, because you hear people with ADHD, they can't have caffeine, or people, like I said, with Meniere's disease, they can't have caffeine. But we all have exposure to caffeine everywhere we go. And then I went to cigarettes, and I was like, okay, we think gun control, and I'm not for or against the gun control. I don't like guns personally. That's me personally. So I'm not throwing my beliefs on guns, because I don't really care either way. Honestly, I'm not that person. Shane Sneed is all for guns, right? Because he's a hunter. He enjoys shooting. Okay. I'm not. So I don't care either way. I'm just using it as an example. So I'm not trying to throw my beliefs upon you with gun control. But I'm like, okay, so cigarettes. Okay, obviously, I don't know. I'm assuming, because I know that cigarettes used to not have a filter. I know that back in the day. They used to smoke cigarettes with no filter. And then they realized that that was really bad for you. So then they began to put a filter on it. I don't know when the, the side of the cigarettes where it says it can cause cancer. I don't know if, obviously, that wasn't on them in the beginning when cigarettes first came out. I'm not sure. But obviously there were studies done that they realized that people were dying from cigarettes. In my head, I'm like, if you straight out know that cigarettes are going to kill, let's just say, the American citizens, okay? If you know, like 100% certain that cigarettes kill, and you're going to even go to the extent of putting on the side of the cigarette pack that it can cause cancer, why do we make them? If cigarettes kill, why are we making them? Why are we letting tobacco companies grow tobacco if they kill our American citizens? That makes absolutely zero sense to me. Wouldn't you like and like you're worried about, let's just say, gun control? Guns kill our American citizens. We're going to make this big amendment and change that we're going to ban guns, but we ain't going to worry about cigarettes. Cigarettes can kill the American citizens, or caffeine can cause all these complications, or sugar can cause all these people to get diabetes and all this, but we're not going to worry about any of that. All we're going to worry about is gun control. I went from eating 5 cupcakes at one time to brain going to here. And I just started thinking, and I started like questioning, like why do you think this happens? Like you think about alcohol. You think about all the people that struggle with alcohol and addiction. I mean, people have to go to rehab to try to overcome addiction with alcohol. But though we have alcohol everywhere that you can buy. But then we try to put, you have to be 21 to buy alcohol, as if that's going to make a difference. Like, I mean, let's think about it. But I mean, I get where the 21 limit came from, because teenagers would be in there trying to buy alcohol all the time. But like, we're worried about people killing each other over guns, but we don't worry about people getting in the car drinking and drive. We try to put these limits. If you'll get a DUI if you drink and drive. Are we really stopping people? I don't need to get in the car if I drink. I mean, yes, people think like that, but like, why do we sell alcohol if we know for a fact alcohol, like, I will tell you this. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have a lot of experience in addiction, okay? More than I even tell you. And I remember one time I had to go to the hospital with a family member, okay? And they were caught up in addiction. And I take the family member to the ER, and they say, we don't have a bed available. And you're like, this person wants help and you have no bed available. Are you kidding me? So my friend of mine had to go back home, and we had to wait for a bed. I had to wait for a bed to become available for this person that was ready to surrender addiction and get help. I had to sit and wait. Okay? Because there was not enough beds available. I get a phone call from UAB, and this is what she tells me. She goes, we have to take alcoholics over someone that's addicted to meth or heroin. What? She said, if 2 patients come in the ER, and let's just say one is addicted to meth or heroin and one is addicted to alcohol, we have to take the alcoholic first. Why? Because people that drink excessively of alcohol that have addiction go into a seizure with withdrawals. So they have to be monitored, where someone that's on heroin or meth, they just go through withdrawals, but they're not going to kill them. An alcoholic that has drank alcohol for a period of time, they cannot physically just cold turkey come off alcohol. They will have a seizure and die. And I was like, seriously? Because we think someone on meth or heroin is 10 times worse than someone that's an alcoholic. I mean, we serve alcohol. Like you can go in any restaurant and buy alcohol. You can go to a state store and buy alcohol, but you can't like buy heroin off. You got to go in the hiding to go buy heroin. It ain't at the stores. But though, if two people go to the ER, the alcoholic is more at risk of dying than the person on heroin or meth. Then why do we have liquor? Because we're worried about getting tax money or something? Like, what the heck? And it just made my mind start spinning. And I thought, you're so worried about, let's just say, gun control. Do you really care about the American citizens if you're allowing stores? Let's just think about this for a minute. You know how, and I don't know if this was just in Alabama, I can't remember. I'm not up with current events. Okay. I don't watch the news. If I don't see it on social media, I don't know what's going on. I do not watch the news. Do you know how this may have just been in Alabama? I'm not sure. How all of a sudden they went and the CBD stores, they banned them. They no longer can sell that. But you can sell alcohol down the street. So we're going to ban the people that sell the certain products at the CBD oil store. I don't know what it's called. We're going to ban those and shut them down. But we're going to allow the state store to stay open. Seriously? Like, what is wrong with our world? Like, so if someone that's addicted to marijuana and someone that's addicted to alcohol is in the ER trying to get help because they don't know, they're addicted to marijuana, whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to allow, and you know what's so funny? This isn't funny, it's actually sad. But like here in Coleman, there's this store. I forgot what it's called. They sell alcohol. And it's right by Belk. And every single time I go into Belk, I don't care what time of day it is, people are going in and out of that store like wildfire. One day I should just sit and count the people that go in that store. And especially like you get to the weekend, there has been times I have gone to Belk and the line is literally out the door, like the door is open and people are lined up all the way down the sidewalk. And we don't think that's a problem. If you have the same customer, if you own a store like that and you have the same customer and you realize that there is an issue, okay? There is clearly an alcohol issue. You know it, but the person that owns the store is so caught up in the money, 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 money. Come on in, come on in. I don't care if you're an alcoholic and ruining your life. Come on in, buy from me, buy from me. I don't understand. I think this is why I don't watch the news. Because if it was up to Judy Sneed, I would literally go, I don't know, all the way up the channel to go, Mr. Trump, President Trump, don't mean to disrespect you by calling you Mr. Trump. I think you are, this is my personal opinion. I don't normally talk about politics, but when it comes to President Trump, he's a very smart man. He is a businessman, right? He is all about business. I would like to go. Can me and you go live? I'm just Aunt Judy from Coleman, Alabama, but can you and I go live and me just like, will you just hear me out? Why are you allowing alcohol sales? And then this whole thing of, okay, we're going to respect it, and the stores are not going to be open on Sunday, the holy Sabbath day. Yes. like, oh, Coleman, Alabama. Oh, y'all are so like awesome because you're just like Chick-fil-A and you're not going to be open on Sundays. Praise Jesus. We're all going to go to church on Sundays, and that's a day of rest. And then all of a sudden, there's some kind of, I don't know, law or something that's passed, and then it hits the news. Alcohol sales no longer, was it called a dry, like somebody's, no longer is a dry county. You can drink in this county now. And like it becomes like the highlight of the news. And you're like, what is our world coming to? But going back to my problem, like, am I like the whole sugar thing? I am a train wreck. I I'm just it's terrible. And I'm like, I don't know, don't you wish you could, you know how like I think, and I don't know because I'm not one to really go buy alcohol. I don't think I've ever done it. I don't think I've ever bought alcohol from a state store in my life, just saying. Um, but I don't know for sure, but I think there's like a limit to how many bottles you can buy in a day, as if that's gonna, I don't know. Is that gonna really make a difference? I'm not sure. But like, what if they said, excuse me, Judy, you're an addict and we ran your driver's license and we realized that you're that person that eats 5 cupcakes in a day. So you're only allowed 1 box of cupcakes once a week. Like, what if when you got up to the counter at Publix or wherever you grocery shop, and they run, you know how they run your driver's license when you go buy Sudafed? You know what I'm talking about? You know how they do that now? Because they realize that Sudafed is linked to making meth and things. So what if when you got up to check out at the grocery store, so you're at the grocery store, your total is $354. Can I see your license, please? And then they scan your license and they go, oh, you're a diabetic and you have got 45 different products that are not diabetic friendly. So you're going to need to put those back. Our government only allows 5 sugar products at a time. And you got a sugary cereal, you got cupcakes, and I saw you got cookies and cinnamon rolls. And also you bought some stuff from the bakery. So you're going to need to put some of that back because we have ran your license and you're a train wreck. Sometimes I wish they did. I wish they would. Hey, girl, we've ran your license and you've been here every day this week buying cupcakes and you're over your limit. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks. Would that fix my problem? I will tell you this. If they did that, that would embarrass the heck out of me. Would it not you? If you were addicted to sugar like me and they went, you checked out at the grocery store, or let's just say that you bought groceries and then you ran across the street to get donuts. And they're like, your total will be $6.54 for these dozens of donuts. Can I have your license, please? Oh, man, we saw that you were at Publix and you bought cupcakes too. So, I'm sorry, I can't sell you these donuts. It'd make you stop and think. You can't go buy Sudafed like that. Like, if you buy Sudafed, I don't know how long they give you before you can buy Sudafed again, but you know what I'm talking about when you go to the pharmacy and if you buy certain products, they're now behind the counter and they're not out, you have to give them your driver's license. So can you imagine if they called you out on eating sugar? If I bought cupcakes, I sure wouldn't, if I knew they were going to scan my driver's license, I would be more mindful of what I bought, because they'd cold bust me, and then I'd be sitting there looking like I'm addicted to sugar and they just busted me. So if sugar can kill just like alcohol can kill, why don't we treat it any differently? That is the million-dollar question. It makes you think, though, you know what I'm saying? All because I ate 5 cupcakes in one day, my brain was going here. I don't know if I was having a bored day or what, but I just started thinking, why, like, I know when it comes to alcohol and tobacco, there's taxes on them, but are we really, really? Or what if, like, and this is what's coming to my mind right now. This is what's coming to my brain right now. We have choices. We have choices to sit it out or dance, right? In this world, it's the same thing. We have choices. It's all about moderation, right? It's all about, there's nothing wrong, let's just say, with alcohol, but you have to do it in moderation. You don't drink to get drunk. You do it in moderation, right? Same thing with sugar. You have a choice. You can sit it out and eat 5 cupcakes, or you can eat sugar in moderation. Same thing with caffeine. It's not that, I don't know. Is there any good that comes out of caffeine? I mean, I know it speeds you up and gets you going in the mornings. You know what's funny is, that I am not affected by caffeine at all. Like, for example, when I quit drinking caffeine, I had no withdrawals at all. None. When I drink coffee in the morning, it does not wind me up. I could drink decaf and it wouldn't bother. I mean, like, I don't get affected by caffeine. And it was funny because when I told you guys in 2000, I think it was 13, my blood got toxic and I had to go on dialysis. It was not a good day. Hang on. Well, when that happened, it prompted my doctor to do a test on me. And what she did was she swabbed the inside of my mouth, and she sent it off to testing. And my saliva, they could run it to the lab, and it does a breakdown of my chemistry. And it tells her what drugs are best for me with my mental health. And so she learned that I was a very fast metabolizer, which is reason my blood got toxic. Of course, I was not eating, but she learned that I'm a very fast metabolizer with medicine. So she learned, like, if she ever changes my medicine, she goes back to that study that they did on me to see that I'm a fast metabolizer, to see what my body reacts to when it comes to medication. And that way, let's just say that I'm struggling with sleep. Okay. I'm like, I can't sleep. I need help. She'll go to that list and she finds what sleep medicine works with my chemistry. Well, when the test was done, she said, I find this interesting, but you're such a fast metabolizer that caffeine does not affect you. I didn't realize it. I've been the same my whole life. When people talk about a caffeine rush, I didn't I didn't really think that I didn't have it. I didn't know because I've always been Judy, right? Well, I learned that my body doesn't react to caffeine. So once she told me that, I started trying to be sensitive and go, let me see what I notice. And I would drink a cup of coffee in the morning and nothing would happen. And then when I found out I had Meniere's disease, and she said, or the doctor said, you need to come off all caffeine, I cold turkey did it. I didn't have headaches. It was not hard for me at all. None, like not hard at all. So I can go with or without caffeine and it does not affect me. And I started thinking about that. And I also thought about, like, let's just say an alcoholic or someone that craves sugar or someone that's diabetic. They crave sugar really bad. My mom did. Okay. And that's why I'm surprised I don't have diabetes, because I crave sugar, but I don't have sugar problems. I've had the long form test and I don't have any issues. But like, if you think about like an alcoholic, like if I drank, I don't have the addicted gene. I can drink and get drunk, let's just say for 3 days. I'm sick. I'm like, God, I can't do this no more. This is awful. Like, I don't see, like, what makes someone want to do this? It's the same if I have surgery and I have to take, let's just say, an opiate, like a pain medicine. I hate feeling out of my head. I hate feeling like I can't get up. I hate the fact that I'm constipated from the pain medicine. There's no enjoyment of me taking a pain pill at all because I don't have that addicted personality. But someone who, like Larry, for example, when I take a pain pill, it knocks my butt out for hours. When Larry takes a pain pill, it ramps him up and he don't sleep. He's wired. And it's funny how our chemistry is different because it knocks me out, it ramps Larry up. So it made me think, does he have an addicted personality? Because I've never seen pain pill ramp someone up. But people with an addiction personality, they either like to be ramped up or they like to chill out. They like to go one way or the other. And they go search for the drug. Like, let's just say they're wanting to redo their kitchen. They'll go take a drug to ramp them up so they can be up for 3 days to do their kitchen. And then when they need a downer to make them go to sleep because this pill, they'll start mixing drugs, and they'll take a drug that ramps them up, and then they'll take a drug that chills them out. And then when you start mixing drugs is when you find yourself in big time trouble. But they have that addicted personality. Me with sugar, it's like it's like if there is cupcakes, donuts, or ice cream in this house, my brain cannot get its mind off of it. Even if I go to the farm and get distracted, my brain goes back to there's a cupcake in the house. Hey, there's a cupcake in the house. It's like I do have an addicted personality when it comes to sugar. So why doesn't our government help us with people that are addicted to sugar? Why don't they run our driver's license? I'm killing myself. I guess I can eat 5 cupcakes and be on a sugar high and get in the car and not kill someone. Maybe that's why. where if you got in the car drunk or high, you could kill someone? But sugar's killing our citizens left and right. If sugar causes dementia and sugar causes mental health problems, why don't we focus on our mental health crisis that's in the what's going on in the world? Hmm. It just makes you think. If they ran your driver's license at the grocery store and said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but you're gluten you have a gluten-free diet, and I just ran your driver's license, and I realized that you got a lot of gluten things on the line here, and you're gonna have to put that back and go back and get gluten-free." And then you'd start making an excuse. "Oh, well, this is not for me, this is for my family." I'm not eating the noodles. This is for my family. They're not gluten free. I make separate for me. You would start making excuses just like someone with addiction makes excuses. Oh, Judy, can I have your driver's license? I'm sorry, ma'am, but you're at Dunkin' Donuts and your driver's license show that you are a diabetic. And I'm sorry, but I won't be able to sell these donuts to you. I bet you wouldn't go to the donut store if you knew that was going to happen, would you? I'm sorry, ma'am, but we're going to save your life today and you're not going to be able to purchase these donuts. Or how about if they were able to put on your driver's license that your doctor said you needed to lose 50 pounds? And everywhere you went to purchase something, like say you went to McDonald's. Okay, you want a double cheeseburger meal. Okay, we'll pull around. Ma'am, can I see your driver's license? Ma'am, your doctor has prescribed you to lose 50 pounds and you're eating a Big Mac, a large fry, and a Coke. Sorry. Do you like to make a better option? We have grilled chicken sandwiches or a salad and maybe a Diet Coke or a water. Can you imagine? It'd make you think. It would make you like, if I had to show my driver's license at this store, I sure wouldn't be buying a Big Mac. Like, you know how like you when you're on a diet and you want to cheat, you're like sitting in your car eating your Big Mac and you're like scarfing yourself down, like and you because you don't want anybody to see it because you're supposed to be on a diet, so you hide in your black tinted windows car, hoping nobody will see you. You know, imagine if you did give your driver's license, ma'am. This world, this our president would like to save your life, and your BMI is too high, so you're not going to be able to order this Big Mac and fries. I'm sorry. We love you here in the United States. We love you and we want to see you live a healthy life. And we're not trying to be mean and tell you that you can't have a Big Mac. We're just trying to say, "Hey, our president loves you and he wants you to make better choices in life. So today you will not get your Big Mac. But we love you, ma'am. Maybe next time." Why do they do it for Sudafed? Why do we have, are they called a state store? State stores? Why do we have those? If they're killing our American citizens, why do we have them? Why are you worried about taxes? Isn't there another way we can do this right? I don't know. It just seems dumb to me. And like the whole cigarette thing, I'm like, okay, so they think, oh, we'll start making vape because vape's better than a cigarette. And they thought that in the beginning. Look what it's doing to our younger population. All these kids think it's cool to vape. All these kids are vaping. All of them. Okay, not all. Majority of kids vape. Young kids. And then they've done studies to show that vaping's worse than cigarettes, where we thought vaping was better than cigarettes. Now they've done studies and they've realized that vaping is worse. You're putting a toxic chemical in your lungs. Do you think that stops our younger generation from vaping? No, because why? There's vape stores everywhere. Why do we allow vape stores if we know they're putting toxic chemicals in our lungs? Why are we killing our younger generation? Oh, well, you have to be a certain age to buy vape. Seriously? Seriously. Do you not think by now they've learned ways around this? I mean, older kids are buying the younger brothers and sisters vape. I see it on my farm all the time. Mom's coming in going, older brother bought younger brother a vape. But we're going to shut down, I'm still probably saying it wrong, the CBD, whatever. We're going to shut those stores down, but we're going to leave the vape stores and the state stores. We're going to leave those open because that pays our tax. We like the tax money. But we're going to shut down these other stores. Does that make sense to you? Because it does not make sense to me at all. So, what is the solution to this? Obviously, no one's listening to Aunt Judy, right? It's not like, the President Trump's like, oh, did you watch Aunt Judy live today? I'm just this peon in Coleman, Alabama with an opinion, but it doesn't make sense to me. But I do wish if they didn't do the driver's license for everybody, I wish they would do it for me. And say, ma'am, you're at your limit for sugar this week. Your doctor said you could only have 15 grams of sugar a day. And ma'am, you're over your limit. Because I feel like that would help me. Because I know that if I had to show my driver's license, let's just say I don't really go to McDonald's, but if I showed my driver's license at McDonald's and they said, ma'am, you can't have a Big Mac. You are 50 pounds overweight, honey. You're over your limit. We as the American government wants you save your lives because we need more Aunt Judys in this world. So in order to save your life, we're going to cut you back. So from now on, every time you buy food, you're going to have to show your driver's license because we're going to hold your hand and help you through this. Because obviously rehab did not work because you're still jacked up in your head. No matter how many times have I went inpatient once. I've been on dialysis. I have been in an outpatient program for 9 weeks for my eating disorder. And the only thing that I learned is I'm still jacked up. And it haunts me every single day. And it drives, me insane that I can't overcome this because I am a strong person. So why can't I have self-control? I don't know. And you're probably sitting on the other side with the same thing with when it comes to weight and eating. You're probably jacked up just like me. Girl, I get you, boy, I get you. It's awful. You would think after 54 years and all this therapy I'd have that I would be able to get past this, but I can't because sugar is an addiction to me. Alcohol and drugs do not affect me. Caffeine does not affect me, but bring on some sugar and I'm a total train wreck. I guess it is a good thing that I'm not diabetic because I'd probably be in a diabetic coma right now or be like my mother and had a stroke. But thank God I don't have diabetes. So I'm actually, I guess, in a good situation. But when it comes to this world, if we know things kill us, we know things are toxic, just like when I got melanoma and I started wearing sunscreen, the people that worry about toxic things, they came for me. Judy, sunscreen is toxic. Do not use spray. Do not. And I was like, and I was getting hit at every corner. And I was like, what? Because I have not really personally been the person that's worried about toxic things. But if a candle is toxic, why do we make it? Why do all these stores carry candles? If they are toxic, why does our world allow us to have candles? If sunscreen is toxic and causes cancer, why do we sell sunscreen? If the sun is toxic and causes cancer, why do we have sleeveless shirts and bikinis? If we know the sun is going to kill us, why do we have bathing suits with suntan oil or tanning beds open? So people can get melanoma and die? If we physically know that sun causes cancer, why do we make sleeveless shirts? Why doesn't all of our clothes be sun resistant? Every clothing mechanism that we have or whatever clothing that we have, why don't they say, okay, from this point on, we know that the sun causes cancer, so we're going to make all of our clothing sun resistant from this point on so that we can save our American citizens. But it's like we pick and choose the things that we want to worry about. If you're a person that's not overweight, sugar, you don't care about like sugar, whatever, unless you're diabetic. But like, if you don't smoke cigarettes, you focus on cigarettes kill. Okay, but you're not a smoker. But you're like, the smokers will look at the people like me and go, you don't smoke, but Chicky Mama, you're out in the sun all the time that causes cancer. So how are you any better than me? I'm not. We all in the same boat, sugar bug. Every one of us. And then you have the people that go, well, something's going to kill me. I might as well just enjoy my life. Something's going to kill me. So I'm hot and I'm just going to wear sleeveless shirts and not give two craps that the sun's going to cause cancer. Or I've been smoking cigarettes my whole life and I'm not quitting now. I mean, if it kills me, I'm going out with a cigarette in my mouth. Because you get people like that. Because you're like, everything kills you. But what if our government was so worried about our well-being that they started ruling out things? We're no longer going to put sugar items in the grocery stores. Sugar is now obsolete. No more sugar because it's causing dementia, it's causing mental health crisis, it's causing obesity. Sugar is killing our whole entire world. So no more sugar in the grocery stores, no more sweets. We're taking it all away because these American citizens have zero self-control. Just something to think about. Okay, guys. It's all about moderation, right? Just like who said it? We need vitamin D. Okay, well, we could use a supplement. It's all about balance, right? That's what we work towards is balance. Because when our life gets out of balance, that's when we have problems. Okay. I mean, maybe it's not wrong to have a little bit of sugar or a little bit of caffeine or a little bit of alcohol or whatever. But when you get out of control, like I am, and you're like eating cupcakes at a time, it's killing my mental health. It's causing me to get depressed. It's causing me not to feel good. It's causing me to feel out of control. What's wrong with you? Why do you preach when you ain't even got your own crap straight, Judy? It's about balance. It's about balance. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a beer or whatever. I mean, I'm not a phobe about it, but like it's all about self-control. And today is about choices. Our world gives us choices. Everywhere we go, we have a choice. And the choices are you can sit it out or you can dance. And dancing is having self-control. I don't have the magic answers. I wished I did. I haven't figured it out myself when it comes to sugar and eating and all that stuff. I haven't figured it out. I wish I could tell you, hey, this is the magic pill, take it, and it's all going to go away. But it's hard work. It's balance. It's every day waking up, doing the same thing, consistent, believing in yourself, being disciplined, having a personal relationship with God, going to Him for guidance, in my opinion. Sitting it out is having zero self-control, not being balanced. So it's your choice. Are you going to sit it out? Or are you going to dance? It's up to you. I'll see you guys next week. Love you. Bye.